Well, hello, friends. Fujosevic here, coming into a paladin who mulliganed their first card, didn't buff anything, and is obviously then not playing the quest. So I don't really know what to be expecting with our opponent right now. So I'm kind of as excited to find out what our opponent's doing as anyone might be right now, because this is just seemingly like an interesting deck, which I'm really enjoying, honestly. Very early. Oh boy. That's potentially terrifying. Um so it's some sort of controlly mid-range paladin then who's not concerned with the quest. I have seen, you know what? I did see someone was talking about an elemental paladin, which I thought was kind of silly, but it seemed like they had some reasonable results. I'm not going to play anything else in the event that our opponent does want to draw off of Divine Favor. Is that the card? Coining out Infested. So it looks like we're in for a little bit of the old N'Zoth Paladin, which could be absolutely amazing, because I really like this deck. But I mean, I tried. I have videos back from when N'Zoth first came out and all that sort of stuff, and I know I played it a whole bunch, and obviously not too successful, but it was really, really fun at the time. And there we go. Our opponent's filling up their N'Zoth really, really quickly. There's no Sylvanas anymore, so I'm interested to see what replaces that in terms of power. I'm going to want to save my AoEs. We're going to save our Hex for something, but it's not going to be this. I can promise you that. So I'm going to hero power for sure. I don't want to Lightning Storm right now, but we really, really could. And this turns into a 2-2, right? So that's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, this is really unfortunate for us the way this actually has lined up. I don't mind using a Maelstrom Portal, but it just really doesn't. I mean, it works in terms of removing. It leaves the 2-2. Everything trades kind of evenly, I guess. We're not really getting too far ahead. Our opponent's not getting too far behind. If we had spell power here, then we would have cleared the board, obviously. Whoa, that is potential for amazingness. Okay, I'm sorry. I know this turn took a little bit of time, but I was just trying to think out the whole N'Zoth and trying to think through how our play worked there. Ooh, Consecration's really good for our opponent, because if he got some healing totems, it would have been a game over. And this is actually pretty good for us, because what can this be now? I'm still going to throw out Aya. It's our most powerful card in our hand by far. So this can't be Repentance now. Would you ever run? I guess probably our opponent's running Getaway Kodo. And so one of the best ways to counter Getaway Kodo is Hex, because Getaway Kodo is going to return that minion to our opponent's hand and buff it. So they're going to get to play a big old frog, which is fine by me. And we don't have any elemental action going, so we're just going to do this. And I know it's silly to potentially... Oh yeah, we should test there. I know it's silly to potentially let that get thrown away, but at this point I just kind of want to draw. Like, I'm willing to cycle this just for 3 mana. To one, remove, first of all, we're going to be removing the weapon charge. And then we're also looking at basically, we just need to fill our hand with something that's going to be a little proactive, because the whole idea behind this deck is that we curve out smoothly to be applying a pressure to our opponent. And so far we've been missing that pretty strongly. So it's good that now we have an elemental to activate Blazecaller for the following turn, but then we are going to need to find things to do after the fact. Now I'm hoping, if our opponent's been slow playing this for so long, and as long as they have, they're probably thinking through their turn the same way I did. Maybe trying to get back at us a little bit, but that's okay. We don't mind. I like thinking through these turns, that's for sure. This is fine. We expected that. Throwing down the Infested Tauren is kind of whatever to me. I'm expecting then that they have a little bit of Tyrion action going on in hand. And because we have double Flame Tongue, I am going to trade through this. Oh, whoa. Wait a second. Yeah, I was going to say, this is now going to trigger something, isn't it? Well, that's less than excellent. I do like spell power. We're going to push face just a little bit there, because I like keeping that spell power in the event that N'Zoth gets thrown down kind of soon. They could trade in here and play something big like a Tyrion. I was really hoping that that would... I would have saved that proc for a Tyrion Hex type of thing. But I guess it's kind of okay that we did that. Maybe we honestly, I think we should have played at that point. We should have played into the Hex. But now I think it's better. I think it's probably better in the long run that we didn't. Simply because now if Tyrion comes out at any point, or Good Guy Rag, or the Good Rag comes out, we're going to be able to deal with it very reasonably. Okay, and now, you know what? The way we're going to deal with it is actually going to be Blaze Caller. So this is going to be 5. And unfortunate, you know, we're still losing our totem. Both totems, I should say. We're going to do this, and then we're saving the Hex for Tyrion, basically. We're going to attack in there, and then we're going to hero power now, hoping to get spell power back. And then we will trade in. And taunt is fine. Because now we've got a big old minion here. We've got a couple big minions. Our opponent probably doesn't want to be playing Tyrion into what they know we can just trade with on board. But I know I've been in that situation before where you kind of have to play Tyrion into a reasonable board. I mean, this is a reasonable board for us to be having at this point. So it's not necessarily horrible. It's not a horrible trade if all that happens is we trade into Tyrion. But because we're probably going to be hexing, well, not probably. I mean, if we do see a Tyrion, we hex every single time. Ivory Knight, kind of good. How much? Oh, we don't get to know when they're full. Interesting. Good counterplay. That's interesting. I didn't know that happens. I will Jade Claws here. Doesn't really matter. I think I'm going to take the face damage, though. And I'm going to go face with that, and then I'm going to not play into Equality. I was about to throw down the Tar Creeper, but then I thought, you know what? That is too much of a board. I don't want to deal with that. That's not what I'm about here. So there's a random spell right here that was generated. So we don't know what that is. That could be anything. And because we didn't get to see how much health was healed, we may never know. But we'll see it eventually, I'm expecting. This is really interesting. This control deck is kind of handling our mid-range curve reasonably well. And I guess one of the pros, or one of the factors that maybe we could have played the Tar Creeper is if we do top deck something like Servant of Kalamos, we're not able to play it this turn. Which, to be honest with you, not the end of the world. There's still a lot of great top decks. Alakir's probably pretty nice. Well, Alakir's always nice. Alakir's almost lethal, actually. Quality Consecrate. I don't know that I would have thought about it necessarily that long, but that's fine. Can't fault someone for doing it, right? Ooh, another secret. Probably another Getaway Kodo or Redemption or something like that. So we're just going to go here. We've already basically talked through the game plan here of what we want to be doing. Excuse me. We got to remove that Divine Shield at some point, and why not right now? So that is one equality now gone, which is really good to know. And it is good that we did kind of hold back a little bit. Obviously, we didn't want this to get hit as well. Kalamos is going to be interesting. Oh, wow. I'm not even sure what the best thing is going to be. Obviously, we gotta kind of wait and find out. Opponent doesn't want to trade in there. I am debating the Hex, to be honest with you. To bait out. To kind of bait out the Tyrion, because then we know we have the answer for Tyrion. We don't expect there to be many other large threats, to be honest, in this deck. This deck really looks like it's anti-aggro. And if this comes back, well, then that's just hilarious. Obviously, I think that would have been probably better on the other one. On the Death Rattle, where we then would have been able to have guaranteed that we... Ooh, second Ivory Knight. Lots of random spells. Wait. Do we see the spell? Okay, it was a lay on hands. Okay. And again, we don't see. Ooh, adaptation. We want to adapt it. So we're kind of in a bit of a jam right now. Because I kind of want to say Flame Tongue for Alakir. +1/+1. Oh, hey. Oh, so I don't get the free kill now. Interesting. If I do top deck Alakir, I think I kind of play it with Flame Tongue. Servant of Kalamos. Oh, we are in bad shape now, friends. We are actually in bad shape, aren't we? So, but we are, and I do think we are kind of in bad shape. We're going to use the Flame Tongue now to be able to get out of this sticky situation. I want to get heals more than anything. So we're going to use this. Yeah, that's good. And then we're just going to use the chain here to get through it. I think we need to have both of these battle cries activate. So we need to find some sort of other elemental. And we do have a lot left in the deck. We have a Tar Creeper. We've got our little cute Firefly, the cutest one. The last one in our deck. We've got one Alakir. We've got 2 fire elementals. So we really do have lots of options. Whoa. Whoa now. Excuse me. This is not a card that I am accustomed to seeing. That's kind of terrifying. We only have 4 damage, so we can't do it. I can't afford to burn the Hex. Whenever one of your other minions dies, draw a card. Are we just gonna... Oh, this could be potentially terrifying for us. I think the best top deck for us is going to be a Fire Elemental. So we can kind of deal with whatever gets dealt to us. If this hits 4... If this hits 2, 4, 6, then we lose. No spell power, so we can't do anything about it now. I wonder if this activates, like if Cult Master activates the draw or not. I don't know why I'm thinking about that so long. I'm sorry. We'll just kill the Cult Master and pass. I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out like if there's any sort of play that we could have potentially done there. But yeah, this is... Yeah, that N'Zoth is definitely reasonable. They're all small minions though. So our Lightning Storm is going to be pretty good. If we top deck... Oh, Fire Ellie's pretty good. So the thing is, we kind of really want the Lightning Storm. Well, we wanted the Lightning Storm to have some sort of extra power. But because it didn't... Are you joking with me? I think... Did we just lose? Oh my goodness. That is brutal. I mean, we need to do the Fire Ellie, but we don't remove any damage off of the board right now. That was a mistake. I mean, we didn't have the mana to roll spell power, but... Oh, that's brutal. That is pretty... Okay, this is only 9 damage, I guess. So we can kind of heal back up. Although this is then going to get Aldored, which is going to be a bit of a problem. There's some more death rattles for us. I guess, I mean, I don't even know what we would want right now. I think we have to heal up, right? We have to heal up this turn. By the elements combined, that's funny. Dealing 3, see, if this had been cleared, then we could have dealt 3 to all, right? Oh, actually, maybe we should have Fire Elementaled onto the N'Zoth, because then we could have really... There's a lot of ifs and buts in this statement of mine, so we're just going to heal. So that we don't die this coming turn. And we kept the elemental train going. So there is a chance we can do something here. That's good that there's no Aldor. I'm really surprised to not see an Aldor. Or maybe our opponent did this just so we don't try and mill them. Which if we're able to stabilize at all, I mean we're gonna have to use a... Oh no, not a Tyrion now. Oh, there's that Aldor our opponent really wanted, that's for sure. And they're pumping in... Oh. They use it now, that's fine. Oh, okay, that's pretty effective. We are going to get to Jade Lightning that down, which is pretty nice for us. Oh, what's going to be better? How dead are we, though? This is 4 8. 8 plus 5. 13. We're kind of getting very close to dead. Let's discover and see what we can find. Oh, Earth Elemental's pretty good. Although we know there is one more... We know there is one more Aldor in here. But because of the 8... I still feel like this is a better play. This is now... I mean, the Jades are getting strong, but I don't know how we're going to survive long enough to actually get to the point where they matter. Because we are really, really getting flooded very hard. There's a big cairn that a Hex might not be the worst thing to be using on. But then once we Hex this, then we just kind of lose hard. We kind of just lose really, really hard to the Tyrion. So we need to save the Hex for that. We have 2 big taunts coming down this coming turn. Oh, wow. Well. Alright, I mean, we've overloaded basically as much as we're going to do. We hope we dodge that. Equality is pretty bad for us here. Although this does survive because it's not taking any damage. So, I mean, if our opponent does throw out their Tyrion right now, that's not even terrible. Oh, wow. Here we go. We got a chance. We could get some Maelstrom portal action going and kind of stabilize. Jade Lightning is also a card. Spell power would be the best. We have 2 plus 4 is 6. Okay, so we don't have room for that. So we're going to Jade Lightning a punch in and then punch in here for another 5/5. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but that's okay. And we have to continue to save the Hex. I should have done the math to see if we were dead, but it looks like we're not. So there's no more equalities. We know one of these cards is going to be Tyrion. One of them might be another Acolyte, to be honest, so it never gets played. I don't know what... There we go. There we go. We knew it was coming. That's what we're using our other punch for. We take out a couple 3/3s. We're down to very, very low. Oh, that's awful. Let's make sure we get this Hex off first. I don't want to take any more damage. We do need a taunt. Wow, we actually got the taunt. I don't know what else our opponent actually will have in hand. One of these is probably Acolyte. One of them might be a Loot Hoarder or something like that. So this punches, I take 1 damage, but I think we basically stabilized. This has been a marathon of a game. I have actually been using, most of my videos have had multiple. Yeah, that's pretty good. Maelstrom Portal and we win. Alakir is also basically a win at this point. I'll take out the 2. Yeah. Wow, this has been a marathon. Normally my videos have multiple games, but this is a marathon of a game. This is going to be the only video, or the only game in this video. Thanks for hanging out with me, everyone. If you made it this far, you might as well hit that big old red subscribe button below. I do play lots and lots of games that I try and upload, mostly as a learning experience for myself, and it seems like some people tend to enjoy it, so that's pretty cool. Thanks for hanging out with me, everyone. Keep your stick on the ice.